Listen to me baby, कहाँ जा रही तू ये बता दे मुझे. You drive me crazy with your hot and cold. What you know that
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Atharva Rao and thanks a lot for coming this far. If you're a person who has already seen my videos, thanks a lot for coming again and encouraging me in what I do. And if you're new here, I would like to request you to please hit that subscribe button as it means a lot to me. So in today's video, the topic I would like to talk about is about how or what all are the things you would need to do on an interview day. So in the MBA season, you will, depending on the marks you get, I'm sure all of you are going to apply for many colleges and you'll get many interviews. So even the situation might be that in a week you have interviews on every single day. That's how my situation was. And after your CAT or XAT results, you will have around about 1 month time to prepare for these interviews. So I'm sure you all are going to prepare. You will go through the current affairs, you will brush up through your undergrad, whatever you studied, be it engineers or commerce guys or art guys, or you will go through your work experience if you have any, or your internship experiences any. All this being said, on the interview day, what should I do? How should my day look like? First of all, make sure you wake up early on that day because you need to be on time to the interview, irrespective of it being online or offline. Next thing, make sure you get a good night's sleep. Don't panic or don't do an overnighter just to prepare for that interview that the next day you end up sleeping less and your eyes are all gloomy and dark circles. The next thing I would like to suggest you is get ready well in time and dress up and sit. But if there are two things you should do. One is if it's an online interview, I would suggest you to dress up lightly. Like if it's guys, we tend to wear a shirt, formal shirt, and on that a blazer. So I would suggest just wear the shirt and wait for your chance. And when you know that your turn is going to come, then wear the blazer because it's going to be very stuffy. You will feel very confined in that and you won't know when your turn comes. So you can't wear it for that many hours and that will have an impact on you, your patience. And if it's an offline interview, I would suggest you to reach that place well in time because I don't know which city you are from, but if you are from a metropolitan city like Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, of course you're going to come across traffic, and we know how the traffic in big cities are. So we shouldn't be late for an interview because that's the first impression which comes on you. If you're late and then whatever happens, that are all unpleasant experiences, and that is something you should not have. The next practice is what I highly recommend is if it is an offline interview or an online interview. Offline interviews are usually in some 5-star hotels or like some colleges or something like that. What you have to do is make sure when you go there, of course, you will be with a lot of bunch of people. So when you go there, try interacting with people, try networking with people because that's when you understand what the other person is thinking. In online interview, that's what I feel the biggest shortfall is because you are just with yourself waiting for your chance and that makes you more anxious. But meet more people, discuss with them. If someone finishes their interview, just ask them how their experience was because everything you discuss that day will be a learning to you and you will know how people who are in the same journey as you are feeling. You will know what their journey is, you will know what things they are doing, and you can then introspect and see what is the things which you are doing, if it's right or wrong, or what if the other person is doing, how is he doing it. That will start building your thought process and it will make you keep thinking. So that's a good thing. Next thing, if it's an offline interview, make sure if you have time to wait, ask them for a newspaper of that day because what happens is whenever an interviewer comes and he needs to ask questions, he'll definitely ask questions about the current affairs, but he will make sure to read that day's newspaper and come, and he will try to see if you are someone who would have read it because he can easily differentiate between a person who is preparing for the current affairs for the interview versus a person who is genuinely preparing because he likes to be well informed. Like he can get to know if you're a person who's reading newspaper for the interviews or if you're a person who genuinely reads newspapers because you want to be aware. So this is one more thing I would like to suggest. Then I would like to suggest you eat moderately to less because obviously I'm not telling you to starve and go, but I think going too stuffily filled also is not suggested. Then coming to online interviews. Online interviews, again, you will have to wait for a long time. But in that time when you wait, I would suggest you not to just sit, chill, chit chat, use WhatsApp or scroll Instagram reels, but rather try and do as much rapid study as possible. Even though you have done it before, again, you'll be waiting, of course, on your laptop or your PC. So just open some open websites, open like some useful, resourceful websites. Either go through that day's newspaper online, or go through the current affairs. Go through how the market is performing. Definitely go through how Nifty is performed that day. If you are finance dudes, go through marketing. If you're a marketing guy, go through what are the latest trends, what are the buzzing news in marketing field. Like these kind of things which you do in the last moment will definitely be somewhere in the back of mind. And even if there's a question which you didn't expect it comes, you can relate it to something you just studied which is fresh with you. It's really gonna help you. This is one thing which online interviews give you which offline doesn't, because somewhere offline, since you're with people, you end up talking, and if that talk is going outside the topic, like if you're going to talk something irrelevant like about say movies, or if you're going to talk about something like the colleges you both were a part of and bring in nostalgic memories, some conversations like that might be a little deviating. But in online you can keep yourself focused because it's only you, there's nobody to distract you. So this is one big point. And finally, keep sure to make your room clean, keep it neat, and avoid using virtual backgrounds. I know virtual backgrounds are something which is there to make ourselves look better when our house surrounding is not that good. But bare minimum, you don't have to show a fancy background the way I'm showing now. But a bare minimum background, like just a simple white space, like a simple corner in your house. Find it, no matter how small our house is, how big our house is, how many people are there. I'm sure there'll be at least that small point where you will find that simple, plain, clean space behind you. So that gives an impression, that gives a good feeling to the interviewer. And then make sure you check through your internet, you check through the device you're using, your microphones, your speakers, everything's working. Because what happens is, even though there's a small technical glitch during the interview, I'm pretty sure the interviewers are not going to be demons and tell you lost it, get out, we're not selecting you. They will be considerate, but somewhere that makes us get panic, and when that panic happens, you tend to get into stress where it will impact your interview. Make sure well beforehand you have all these set in place. So I think these many things, if you follow, I'm pretty sure your interview day will go good and you'll definitely be happy. And one more thing, after the interview, how do you do it? Please share your interview experience with your best friend. It can be your best friend, it can be your partner, it can be your parents, it can be your tutor, your guide, your guru, anyone. But share it. That makes that conversation you have about how you did it, it's like an introspection. It's not like you just finish your interview and you leave it there. Once you discuss that, one thing what you're doing, you're recollecting the moments you lived, you're reanalyzing it, and along with you in the conversation, the other person gives his inputs and tells where you went wrong. And this is definitely going to help you in your next interview. And this also gives you a fair idea as to what are the things you need to improve on and what are the things you need to work on. So I think if these things you do, you keep getting better and better and better with each interview you give. And ultimately the goal is not the MBA interviews. Even though the goal, I understand, is to give an MBA interview and get into a good college, the ultimate goal you need to think is your placements. Whichever ABC college we go to, doesn't matter. Our end goal is to nail our dream company. We need first thing, we need to convert our best call and get into our best college. Second, we need to nail the interview of our best company, be it for summers or for placements. So that, keeping in that mind, we are starting our journey right now, grooming ourselves. So that interview ke baad interview, we are getting better, we are getting seasoned, we are getting better. It's like, obviously, it's like your first interview is like Virat Kohli debuting his match. But match ke baad, you become better, then you become the king. So think it of that way and start working on yourself, and definitely you will nail every interview you give. Mark my words. Hope this video helped you, and stay glued to the channel. Please drop in your comments, your reviews, your suggestions if you want me to talk about any other topic. Happy to put my efforts for it. And yeah, love you guys. All the best. Have a good day. Bye-bye. This is your AR signing off.